Hi, another video. Haven't done one in a while. I'm not good at this. But also, I'm late to the game on what I'm going to be opening. Um, I bought it last December, and it's now September, so I've had it for almost a year, and they came out a long, like, months before that. Um, but whatever. Um, it's the Funko Soda um, Peter Pan cooler. It comes with the six sodas. Um, when these don't exist anymore, um, when they existed on the website, they were $100. I got it for $59.99, and for some reason it's compare at 78. I don't ever remember a time that they were $78. I don't know, uh, but I got it on reduced price. Blah blah blah. Um, it they were limited to 12,000 pieces. Each can 12,000 pieces, and obviously the bag. Um, Still has all the tags, the strap, and the plastic on the handle. I don't know what I'm going to do with the bag. I was more in it for the cooler and the fact that I found it at a Marshall's. Um, I don't think I would have gotten this full price, $100. Um, Even though that's six sodas for $100 plus the cooler, it works out the same price. But whatever. I'm gonna finally open these. I'm finally remembering to do it. Um, and people have said, and I'm not 100% sure if it's true, that the can here is the soda, is obviously the all sodas, that this one's the chase. Um, we'll find out. Um, Not that the fact that these don't exist anymore, I don't think anyone's like super excited or whatever in search for these. But it is uh, Captain Hook. His chase is he has the clock uh, either in his hand or hanging from the hook. Um, the regular is him holding nothing. Um, Wendy, her chase is glitter diamond, which I don't see it makes sense. But she never changed clothes in the movie, so I don't know what else they would do it in. Um, Next is um, Smay. His the common is him just standing there. The chase is he's holding the shaving cream and the brush. Uh, Next is Peter Pan. The common regular whatever is him standing. His chase is his shadow, so the same figure but all black. Um, if I get that, like I would want the common to go with it, just because it makes sense. Um, Next is TikTok. His chase is glow in the dark, which doesn't really make sense. So if that one is the chase, I would want the common, um, just because the glow in the dark only makes sense if you have the lights off and whatever. And also, he never glows in the dark in the movie. A chase of him would make sense with him having a clock. Um, but I didn't design these. And the last one is Tinkerbell. Her chase is pretty cool. It's a completely different uh, resculpt and color. It's her red and mad, and I think with the thimble. Um, so at least that one is a completely resculpt. Um, but we'll find out if the only chase I wouldn't want, the two chases I wouldn't want would be the TikTok because it's glow in the dark, and the Wendy because why would she be glitter? But I'm gonna save the TikTok just for last, just in case if it is. Um, the chase, these did come out 2023, so I'm super late to the game. And as I said, they are 12,000 pieces. It was Funko Shop um, special edition, and these were for the Peter Pan 70th anniversary, which makes sense. Um, but let's start opening these. Let me grab a pen or something. Um, I don't do this enough to have one of those slicer thingies. Um, but whatever. I'll open them. The chases are pretty obvious on 4 of these, like I said. Um, this is going to be a long video, so deal with it. It is the common hook. Um, um, as I said, his chase has the clock hanging from his hook. That chase would have been pretty cool, but I'm not good. So it's 1 out of 10,000 for the commons. This is going to be a long video again, sorry, but whatever. I'll try to go a little bit quick on opening these. Next is the Wendy. Again, don't want the chase on this one because she was never glittery. But whatever. These still smell like vinyl, which makes sense. And luckily, it is the common. I guess if I get the TikTok chase, at least it looks like the common. Yep. And again, 1 out of 10,000 for the chase, for the common. Um, all all the commons are going to be 1 out of 10,000, and the all the commons will be 1 out of 10,000. Chases will obviously be 1 out of 2,000 because it's 1,200. Next is me. I won't mind this chase, but if we're going by what was true, which I think it might be, that the commons in there in the front middle. Yep, common. So I think it's pretty. He's a pretty good sculpt. Pretty good detail, except he doesn't have a belly button. I don't know if he had a belly button or not in the movie. Just kind of like Aladdin in the cartoon animated didn't have nipples. Can I say nipples on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not monetized. Um, Next is Peter Pan. Him I'd want the common. If I get the chase, the chase doesn't really make sense on its own, being the all black shadow. And I'm sure if I try, I can get the common. But I have a feeling that we're foreign. Yep, I have a feeling that it's true. That's the front. I didn't mix these up because I kind of want to test it. And I do have the Funko Pops of Peter Pan and his shadow, so I do have it if I hold on to it. That's when it may not fit fully in my collection. I'm gonna skip the TikTok and jump over to Tinkerbell. Just it'll prove it or not. But the fact that they don't make these coolers anymore, and you probably can't find a sealed one, unopened one anymore. If you do, it'd probably be super expensive. I'm sure you can find the individual ones, like the individual sodas. Yep, this is the common, so it's front, middle. I know, old news. But if it was any, and I was lucky. I heard a lot that the wings broke off on her, but mine, because said that they were thin, mine are pretty thick. I'm not sure how well you can tell. Um, but she's the common. So the TikTok, it's going to be the chase, because these you were guaranteed one chase, because it's the 1 out of 6 odds, even though they're all different characters. But I believe it's the glow in the dark, and he's a hefty boy. He probably, if any of you have the Oogie Boogie soda, it feels like the same weight as that. Um, yeah, Oogie Boogie is the only one other one that I can think of that's heavy like this. Um, there's probably some other heavy ones, but um, he's a big boy. Yeah, yeah, he's a big boy. And you can't tell, but he does feel like he's the glow in the dark paint, which I guess if it was, yeah, TikTok glow, which doesn't make sense. He never glowed in the movie. I wish that his chase was with the clock, but they did the clock for Captain Hook. But they could have done something else for Captain Hook, like him holding his sword or whatever. But whatever. So there they are. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Let me know if you want to see any other Funko stuff. Bye.